Welcome back to the refill. I am your host Seville. We here with Reg and Dr. Debauchery. Yo, do you mind me calling you Dr. Debauchery, or do you want to have?
I do mind, and I've stated that several times. You think the distance between us don't mean you can get touched. That's your fucking problem, bro.
Hey, you a civilian, homie.
Yo, check this out, blood. Box your fucking face. I ain't about to talk no gangster shit on the Refill podcast, bro. But I'll sock your fucking face off.
Reggie, are you up to breast?
What?
Are you abreast with the whole Wack100 and the whole 6IX9INE interview? How you feel about
I heard
that?
he interviewed him, but like I don't give Tekashi no type of energy, bro. So I didn't even pay attention.
So do you think he wrong for interviewing him?
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna say nothing about Wack, but low key, like I don't have nothing negative to say about Wack, but he's in the media a lot. That's his bag now. Like he's in the media space, so he's.
So you feel like it was par for the course for him to do it?
I mean, if he's got to get an interview, he's got to get attention, or he's got to like draw eyes to whatever his new media venture is or whatever it is. I get it. I wouldn't do it.
So you're.
Let me ask Thuglicious, Reg, why he doesn't give Tekashi any energy? Because I'm curious to know why.
I didn't give him energy before the snitching shit. It's just I never really fucked with him. Like the nigga's a troll. Like he just I never really fucked with the character he played. Like I don't even feel like anyone's met the real person. Like Tekashi 6IX9INE is like an avatar for whatever the fuck that nigga's name is. Hector
Danny, I could agree with that. He's definitely an avatar. What about you? Lank? Are you a fan of Mr. 6IX9INE Tekashi?
I think the dude is very entertaining, and I heard, like, I ain't no street dude or nothing, and I heard the way Wack was breaking down certain things, like, it kind of made me understand, because even where I come from, it wasn't gangs, it was more neighborhoods. So when when Tekashi was calling himself a gangster, and he was saying people call him a snitch, you got I don't know his body, but you got a dude that's supposed to be a gangster saying, I don't think you a snitch. That threw Tekashi all the way off. Like, huh? What you mean? Like, everybody calling me a snitch. He was like, you not a snitch, you a civilian. Like, you wasn't never gang. You can't be a snitch if you was a civilian.
Yeah,
Civilians are supposed to inform authorities, and you did what you were supposed to do.
I could see his sentiments on that. I could understand it, but I don't agree with him on that. I never did. We talked about this before. Like, I don't agree with that.
You stop being a civilian. I mean, it's one thing if you run around, you playing whatever games with these niggas, they in your videos, you hanging out. Like, yeah, you're definitely a civilian. But the minute you start ordering hits and like carrying the strap and then moving a certain way and throwing up whatever set, and bruh, it's like you're not a civilian anymore. It's not like when you join the gang, they have some type of application you fill out that they have on file. Like,
but you do have an application though. You 100% do. They keep records and everything. You do have an application on file.
All right,
like you are part of that gang. Like the reason he's saying you're a civilian is because you was never a gangster. You was never in the gang. So you don't have to adhere to the gang rules.
The minute you have, bro, you're not a gangster anymore. The minute you have somebody else carrying out something, you're like. You're having someone carry out orders, and now we sitting here talking about the nigga, which I didn't want to do, but you have people carrying out.
That topic?
No, it's like it's corny because like like it's like a subject that's been beaten to death.
It's a dead horse,
already.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Go say your piece. I'm gonna say my take on it.
Is it really a dead horse though?
Yeah, because everybody doesn't talk about it. But the minute you ordered the hit on whoever, or the minute you got involved, and now your drivers are, whether you like it or not, you're in the mix. It's not like
because soccer moms order hits on their husbands all the fucking time. Are they not civilians?
That's extreme, ain't it?
Nah, you're not a civilian anymore. Clearly, you're a criminal because then you're going to jail. Like, what the fuck are we talking about right now?
Listen, I think people are like conflating him being a deep 10 toes down straight dude and a civilian. At the end of the day, I agree with Reggie on this one. Like, once you get into it, even if everybody looking at you like you're a clown and you're an avatar like you just mentioned, I think now you're still binded to those rules now. You understand what I'm saying? You can't just like, all right, I'm with it when it's convenient, but now when shit get real, but I've been a civilian this whole time. I wasn't really in it. My whole heart wasn't into it. Word. What do you mean? No. Like, no, you are held in the same regard as everybody else. That don't mean you the toughest. You're still a goofy. You you know, that's what they calling them. That's how they looking at them. But I don't know. That's my take on
Mad
it.
niggas
really
like, and
that.
you wouldn't know clearly because this guy's highlighted, but I'm sure mad niggas join gangs because they pussy and they don't want to.
Yeah.
You need a group of people around you to intimidate.
Like, I didn't agree with Wack100 when he said that. He was like, he was a civilian. No, like, if they were drugging him or he was inebriated or it was just unbeknownst to him all this shit was happening, then I could see it. But he was fully cognizant what was going on.
He was throwing shit up. Like, he was repping that shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's my take. Like, no, it's just with Wack.
Yeah, but the word gangster, it denotes that you are a part of a gang, a family, an organization, a fraternity. That's what the word gangster denotes. So if you adhere to that description of yourself, then you operate within those rules. But because he wasn't ever a gangster, technically, like if technically, I don't even think it's splitting hairs. He wasn't a gangster, so therefore he was a civilian. That was a criminal, civilian.
He was repping that gang.
What made him not? What made him not part of it?
The not snitching thing is a gangster thing. It's not a civilian thing. It's a gangster thing.
Snitching is when if we do a crime together, regardless of if I'm in the gang or not, if we do a crime together. And I go down and I start telling on everyone who did the crime with me, I'm snitching. It's not like I'm a witness. I saw something from across the street and I called the cops. Right. That nigga was there when they were doing what they were doing. You signed off on it. You co-signed on whatever fuck shit was happening. So if you go down for it, and then you start pointing fingers and naming names so you can get out of the situation, that's not cool.
I think he a rap, you know what I'm saying? I think like Wack100 and all these other people that are like siding with that whole notion that he's not, I think that's just it's semantics at that point. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, you really a civilian. Like, what we doing? Like, come on. You did something, you got caught up and you told.
And to be 100, like
but then also you can't discredit somebody who comes from a place where gangs originated by their definition of what's a gangster, just because you co-opted your own version or a definition of what snitching is and what being a gangster is. Like it comes from the mob and then from the gangs that was organized in California. So,
but he's thinking like a media
discredit
nigga right now
because you know what I mean. He's speaking like something that's history from 1955.
But let me ask you, if it was Wack in the situation that got jammed up by him telling, do you think he would view it the same? Now, you know what? Well, he ain't really no rat. He was a civilian this whole time. I don't think so. I think he'll be singing a different tune.
In the interview, there was a clear example of that with some dude that they named that Wack was like, yeah, I would call him a snitch because he was a real live gangster. He was he was jumped in, like he was put down, and then he snitched. So he was a gangster. He did dirt. He was a foot soldier that made it to a higher rank. He did dirt with motherfuckers. Then he snitched because by our definition as gang members of what a gangster is, he was a gangster that told on his comrades. So yes, he's a snitch. You're not a snitch because you were a civilian. You were never a gangster or a gang member.
Tekashi in though, it's his path, and it feels weird talking about it because like I don't live that life. So I mean, like who gives a fuck what I think? But
it's relevant. The whole media, it's on fire in the whole media right now.
Wack is a media nigga now. If you're sitting in front of Mike interviewing a nigga, like bruh, like automatically there's no gangster in my eyes who's.
It wasn't a Wack interview though. It was a DJ Academics podcast. It wasn't a Wack interview.
But it was just him and Tekashi sitting there, right?
Yes, he was a part of the interview. He was being interviewed. Technically, he was having a discussion with Tekashi, not interviewing.
Was Ack there?
Yes, he was there. He was in the middle of them. It was his podcast.
Oh, I thought it was just Wack and Tekashi.
No.
All right. So, anyways, regardless, the nigga's sitting there having a conversation that 9 times out of 10, most gangsters aren't having a conversation that's going to be viewed by millions of people.
He's getting a lot of flack because he did the interview too.
Yeah, it's like you're not moving in a way where we're having these conversations or airing out and drawing attention to what we do in general. Like if you're really moving the way you're moving, you don't want no type of attention on you. You know what I mean? So automatically I'm like, you're not really moving, like, which I'm not shitting on. Like, there's no reason to glorify that shit. If Wack's getting media money, all the better. I'm happy for you.
I mean, it's definitely a finesse. It definitely is.
But
the niggas an intelligent dude. From what I could see,
you're an artist. You're getting a shortcut into whatever gang. Like, niggas ain't jumping you in. They want you in the gang clearly because you're bringing money and attention and all types of shit. You're providing the gang with opportunities. You're an asset at that point. But that doesn't mean you're not part of the gang because you wasn't a foot soldier and you didn't have to put work in or whatever. Like, it was a shortcut, definitely. But you're definitely in the gang.
What do you got to say now, Lank? What's yours? What's your comeback?
You're repping that shit with niggas in the gang who are basically co-signing and saying, yeah, he's in. Yeah, he's one of us.
But by the rules of what makes you a gang member, he did not go through the process.
Let me ask you a question. Were you in that gang?
No.
So niggas in the gang said he was in the gang, and you not being in the gang is saying he wasn't. So who am I going to believe? Niggas who was there or you?
No. Niggas said he was gang. Just like me, you, and Ralph are gang. We gang refill. We gang. But we're not in a gang.
This is semantics.
Nigga, I was just like, what the fuck did you say?
Nah, I mean, I ain't knocking Link. I'm talking about the whole thing, even Wack, all that. It's just, I see what Wack's saying, but it's like, you still a snitch, though. You still snitch.
You definitely
come on, he's definitely still snitch. But I could see why you looking at it like, listen, what did you expect him to do? I understand that side of the square right there. What did you expect him to do? This dude not really from that caliber.
He not built like that.
Yeah, he not like that. He not from that caliber.
Is he tougher than you, Rich?
Ooh.
Tekashi?
Yeah.
I've never met him.
Reggie, would you snitch on me? If we bust a move, would you snitch?
If we busted a move, nah.
Okay, so
if you listen,
you'll take the charge.
I'm gonna give you an example. If we bust a move and I get jammed up and it's like X amount of bread, I don't want you in the cell next to me. You know what I mean? We both going away. Like, I would rather you out making money as long as you taking care of my people, as long as you taking care of my family.
So your celly get in your ear like, yo, you the nigga illa out there eating. he went to Six Flags with his family. Nigga got another kid on the way. What you talking about? You ain't here with me, huh?
As long
you ain't here with me, beloved. Let's go to chow.
As long as you taking care of the fam, like, I'm cool.
What about you? Link was snitch.
Link definitely told.
Link told before. Link out on bail right now. Link snitch, nigga. Nobody did the crime with him. He gave like 8 names. They're like, we got you on video by yourself. What are you telling me?
You know that nigga in the picture?
Snitch. They called you Master Splinter at the fucking job we worked at together, bro. You snitched on everybody.
The nigga in the picture,
hey, you didn't do the cleaning checklist.
McDonald's, the supersize with all the fries in the drink.
You a teacher. You forgot the pop quiz face ass nigga. Fuck out of here.
This nigga Link gave names. They got him on video by himself. They're like, who are these people?
Listen, man, but at the end of the day, like, I'm not a criminal. I'm not doing crimes, man. Like, there's no.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question, right?
I'm a civilian.
Let me ask y'all a question. All right, would y'all say, for instance, y'all was in a relationship, right? And before you got with the chick, she had a best friend that they've been friends for, let's say, 15 years, but 20 years ago they had messed around. Would you have an issue with your significant other kind of hanging out with her best friend? You done met him, everything, cool fucking guy, whatever, whatnot. But 20 years ago, or let's say 15 years ago, they messed around, but haven't even touched each other, nothing, been strictly platonic since.
Nah, that's dead.
That's dead, right?
Nah, I'm not comfortable with it. Cause once you clip low key, like, the door is always open, and even if the door closed, like, I feel like the window open. Like, if she's single or something goes left and you single, there's always potential for that to go down again, because that's a body that you already have. You're already familiar with each other's nudity. There's already a certain comfort level there.
A rapport, if you will.
Nah, I'm not with it.
My thing is, do you want a mature illa response, or do you want like my real candid?
Give both. Give the mature one first.
Lie to us on the podcast.
The mature side of me is like, hey, you know what? We all need friends you need someone to hold you down. He been there emotionally for you. Sometimes you need someone to bounce off and have that balance. So yeah, I trust you and you trust me.
I knew you was a
and
simp.
I trust him, right? But my real side is like, come on. First and foremost, I'm not gonna be. I'm not.
Yeah, but you came into the situation. They would have been friends.
Listen. I'm telling you. Listen.
How you cut that? How you come in there and take the?
Listen, if I didn't clip the bitch, a sister, whatever you want to call her, I don't know what kind of podcast this is. If I clip, I'm not your friend. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't see myself trying to be your friend while you engage, while you in a situation with somebody else. That's me. I don't see myself doing that.
I've been cool with girls that I fucked before, but as soon as they get in a relationship,
that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm still trying to be buddy with you.
I'm falling back.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
I'm falling back.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I necessarily fell back because I don't care. I'm not in the relationship. That's not my relationship. It's not my responsibility.
But
to police
to me, that's funny if you're really trying to be BFFs with a chick
I'm not,
that got a whole. Not you. I'm talking in general that she in the whole situation. You trying to be BFF with, like, what kind of nigga is you?
Not trying to be BFFs. I'm talking about like y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all just like y'all go to brunch together, shit like that. Like you can. She really is the homie. I'm saying for all intents and purposes, they really are homies. But back in the day, you know what I mean?
Oh, is you the simp, Link? Are you the simp?
I don't care how long ago.
Like, is this you?
I'm posing a question.
It's him.
Fuck boy.
Listen. Like the whole idea
lost his friend.
The whole idea, first of all, of you calling a girl and be like, yo, I heard you're in a relationship. Out of respect for your new arrangement, I'm gonna fall back. Like, what the fuck? Like, nah, nigga, I'm still gonna chop it up with you. If you pull up, I don't care if you have a boyfriend. If I'm single and you in a relationship and there's an opportunity there, yeah, well, fuck. I don't know.
I'm saying, what if it is platonic? Like, what if it, like, what if he in a relationship
somebody else? So I
and
might
they
as well
friends?
catch it. I might as well catch the body. Like,
yo, so your wife got male best friends? No, right?
No.
Yeah. Like, your lady.
Oh, hold on. Let me ask this. Boom. All right. So a couple months ago, it was a reality star chick. Where she was at a cookout at Portia down here in Atlanta. She was at a cookout, right?
Oh yeah.
And she had her new boo, her new fiance there, and she had her ex-husband there. Like, how chummy on a scale of 1 to 10 would y'all be with y'all current, like, and y'all got kids together, right?
Mm-hmm.
How chummy would you be, or how much blended family like would you be on a scale of 1 to 10? Like, inviting your wife's ex-husband over, or your wife's ex-boyfriend that they share a child together over to your home, or you going over to their home? How y'all feel about that?
You kind of got to for the kids.
That's for the kids.
Default,
that's not like that's not a personal thing. Now, if the person's cool, like, and you could like look past whatever, it's not like we're gonna be sitting there chopping it up about like whatever interaction you had with shorty. Like, low key, I'm waiting for you to...
No, not insurrection, erection, motherfucker. Erection.
I know.
I say, fuck that shit.
Yeah,
you said fucking erection? I knew you.
No, I said fuck. I ain't with that, bro. You bust a nut in my bitch, bro.
It's cool.
Like, no, like, you could come over, we can shake hands, we can be cordial, and get the fuck on, dog.
Let me answer the question.
You fucked my chick before. No, nigga.
Like, I feel like you trying to work out whatever personal issues you have. You asked me a question. Let me answer it, bro.
Go ahead. I'm not. I'm just asking. I'm just saying.
For the sake of the kids, I'm going to be civil. Am I going to hang out with you at my house? Nah, I'm not that involved. You know what I mean? That's kind of weird to me.
What if he was super cool?
What about for Christmas?
I don't give a fuck. How would I know you were super cool? I'm not getting to know you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And
well, Reg, we're saying the same thing. We're saying the same thing. I'm talking about these like the Will Smith and remember they started talking about blended families like 20 years ago. I feel like because his son and shit.
If you looking at Shorty too hard, and I feel like you trying to like reminisce, like, nah, I'm swinging on you. Before whatever thought could formulate, I'm gonna swing on you.
We're saying the same thing. So you ain't really
but you
with
gotta
the
be
whole
civil.
Blended dual family shit.
No, I mean blended family. You don't have a choice. You gotta do that for the kids. I'm not chilling with you. I'm gonna be civil. Niggas gonna be respectful. Niggas are like, hi, how you doing? I bet.
So, like,
we're not going too back and forth. I mean, we could chop it up because I mean,
think that's a mature thing, though. If you got a kids, it's about they're the most important. So it's like if we got to link up, we got to just have a little party. Then everybody got to show up.
And then 9 times out of 10, if I'm spending any type of time with you outside of high and by, is to basically flex low key. Like I'm clearly better than you.
Reggie, the real nigga after all. God damn it.
Like ends is meeting, my nigga. Like ends is meeting.
He said, "Wait,
yeah, I agree. I agree. No, let's normalize.
Some niggas is trying to make ends meet,
bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let's normalize toxic masculinity like that.
Some niggas is trying to make ends meet.
Yeah.
Ends is already met.
Let's normalize big areolas too.
Okay, all right, chill. Anyways, I think we gotta restart it.
Okay.
All right. We gotta take a break.